So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. We got a Tuesday grid to jump into and a 2022 version of yesterday's Corsaire, Réserve du Président. And this one, not unlike that one yesterday, which was a 2023, and to be quite honest with you, almost mirrors on the nose. We're talking about just an overwhelming sense of cassis in here. With a touch of cherry and maybe some raspberry. On the palate, it comes across as a little bit more refined. It feels like it's really going down so much easier than yesterday, even though yesterday went down amazingly wonderfully. This is just, I think the 2022 might have aged to the sweet spot. Now I have to keep my eyes open for a 2021 and before, because it'd be very interesting, assuming that it was stored correctly, right? You know, if you found a 2021, 2020, 2018, etc., see how they do in their bottles. But this is just a remarkable wine. Same, more tannic, medium on the acid. It's just, it's a carbon copy of yesterday, only a year older. And for some reason, perhaps it's had a bit to think about the impression it wants to make on others. Fantastic wine. Now, fingers crossed, we're going to have a fantastic grid. So it looks like today, get this pulled up here, we're going to have a Greg Snitkin construction edited by Will Shorts, and I'm excited about it. So let's hop on into this grid, see what we got. Okay, so a Mario Kart item providing temporary invincibility. And since I don't play games, this is going to have to just happen. That's not something I've ever been approached with in a grid that I can remember. So I don't know. Unit of sidewalk concrete, I'm going to go with a slab just because I don't know what else it could be. Spelling or Amos, maybe Tori. Oh, I do. I was really a huge fan of Tori Amos. I hope she's well. I'm going to assume this may be a star. Whom Cain slew, and that would be Abel. And one who wears pink in a breast cancer awareness campaign. Yeah, I think I can try a star, but let's see what we got down here. Piercing place could be a lobe. Surface or service area. And Meg Ryan's co-star in When Harry Met Sally, and that's Billy Crystal. I learned how to do my Bob Woodward impersonation from Billy Crystal. I'll always cherish that. Is this an elm? Dole out. Yeah, maybe meet out. So maybe this is a real man that wears pink on for breast cancer awareness, which I think is fantastic. Neighbor of Saudi Arabia, Yemen. And change chemically could be to react. Yes, makes sense. Not very approachable. Perhaps we're speaking of those who are aloof. Artfully nimble. I don't know, deft maybe? Yeah, it's always interesting to me that deft and daft are just one letter away and being almost completely opposite. Love it. Get around. Okay, totally embarrassed. How about all red? I don't think I've ever turned red. I don't think. Oh, you'd have to have, I don't know, humility or something. I don't know. It's never foaming at the mouth, huh? How about rabid? Bay bopper could be a buoy. And I guess get around could be elude, and I'm assuming these are going to be alter exchanges. Yes, okay. Now, competed for the America's Cup, one of my favorite racing venues. Got to see all that being set up in Barcelona last year. Really cool. Really cool. Omega billboards and signs everywhere. And for those of us who love Omega watches, that was just the best ever. The first A in Reddit's AMA, and that would be an Ask Me Anything. Promote could be to sell. All right, well, here we go. Popular thing to do on Black Friday, maybe to shop. Yeah, why not? Warum nicht? Touch lovingly. Ooh. Do you think pet or pat? An official color of the Miami Dolphins appropriately, and I guess this would be aqua. What are their colors? Like blue, aqua, and orange? I guess I don't know. I have no idea. I can kind of see it, but not well enough to pick the color. So I guess we got a pat here. Okay, I in Marseille would be oui. Are you sure about that? Is it? Yeah, okay. Command quarters, HQs, big name in brewing with an L. I can't get Löwenbräu in there, but I bet I could fit Lipton. Yeah, they sell that on the off the shelves at in German grocery stores. Lipton tea. Like Mini and ESPN Deportes watcher, and I guess we're speaking of Latino. And call after last call, we got ourselves a drunk dial, and that was just evident as soon as I saw what letters we had present there. Scholastic Book Fair Org and the PTA. At the school I went to for elementary, the first couple of years, first and second, before we moved, somebody had the big idea to turn it into the PTO, the Parent-Teacher Organization. And I'm still not quite sure what that was supposed to accomplish. I don't know. Maybe they never changed it back. No idea. 'Tis the season. And how about laser tag? Kickstarter, contributor, maybe a donor. Place for a poser. Who's interested? Anyone? We check ourselves. Okay, maybe this is a yoga mat, but I digress. The WhatsApp transmission could be a text. And let's get back up here and try to finish up our central area. Beat rapidly as the heart. Maybe beat is in past tense, maybe raced, because I'm like, Similes center. Now this is clever as a launch party. I'm assuming we're going for NASA. That's also very clever. Women's soccer powerhouse, USA. Kook. How about a nutcase? An absolute nutcase. Provide resources for. Perhaps we're talking about an endowment. Wide-eyed with wonder could be agog. Not the most challenging Tuesday grid. This would be another good one for beginners. Hit 1959 musical with the song Let Me Entertain You. Hopefully I'll be able to figure that one out. I sure know the song. Adams in a bar could be Samuel. Some days you're just not firing on all cylinders, though, you know? I mean, some days I've just been kind of lethargic all day, it feels. Domesticated, perhaps tame. I don't really think I slept all that great either, though. You said it, brother, amen. Leave a small tip, maybe hint. When doubled, a Hawaiian fish, and we're talking about mahi-mahi. I forbid this. Looks like this may be not on my watch. And here we've got Chex Mix. So, on my watch. extra life in video games. I think this is a 1-up. And again, I'm not a gamer by any stretch. Oh, Gypsy, good Lord. I don't know how I didn't remember that. Yeah, but some of these terms, like I'd never heard or seen it in the grid, or that I can remember seeing in the grid, that a star gave you unbelievable power in Mario Kart. But as far as 1-ups and all that stuff, sure. I mean, yeah, I learned it in the grid though. Band with the 84 hit 99 Luftballons, and that would be Nena. Home to the Amalfi Coast, it would be Italia. Bene. I'll get to work right now on it. See that an awful lot these days. Most of 1999. Looks like we got some 9s here. Woman's name that's an anagram of 58 down. Well, that's clever. Well, Greg Snitkin, you noticed that. Or you planned it, I'm not sure, but well done either way. Box set unit. A DVD. You could have gone with CDs if it had said units, right? You know. Call it an early night? Question mark. Home to the Burj Khalifa for short. I think we're talking UAE. Completely used up as a battery. Could just be dead. Escape room. Escape room. I guess you could say this could be dusk, and this could be then a spa. Calgon, take me away kind of a thing, maybe. Cigarette-less smoke would be vape, maybe. And totally beat. I guess zonked. Gesture with razzle dazzle, and this Z helps me a great deal here. I think we're talking about jazz hands, and I always thought that was a huggy. I thought that was like trying to hug emoji. Apparently it's just ooh. Boatload could be a ton. Why not? And we have the brain membrane, which is known as the dura mater. I probably knew that before I studied cognitive science too. Maybe that just came from, I don't know, regular anatomy and physiology or something. Not sure. Error of last week tonight with John Oliver, and HBO would be that answer. One most likely to get PW, and I guess we're going for a noob. That's another one. Most often I see it spelled N-O-O-B for a noob, short for a newbie. But sometimes it's N-E-W-B. So when you get that, be wary. So we got Madam Secretary. Rapper Nicki Minaj. Big fan. The Simpsons grandfather was Abe. Native of the Dutch Caribbean, and I'm assuming we're talking about an Aruban here. Sister could be a nun. And finished in slang looks like Dunzo. Wrinkle-free could be ironed. And how did we do, Bob? Fantastic grid, Greg Snitkin. This was really good. I mean, it was just really good. Had a lovely gait to it. Had a couple of tricky ones there. I think a watch party could have been one that I'd stumble upon there with the NASA answer. And also, I have to be quite honest with you, it would have been a little bit more difficult on me had I not had something to work with on several of the others throughout this grid here. Like Dunzo, for example, just not something I've ever said, and I just wouldn't necessarily know. And to a new person who maybe doesn't spend all their time being a complete geography nerd like myself, might have an issue with, say, an Aruban, or where you could find the Caliph, right, in the United Arab Emirates. But for the most part, this is a great Tuesday, and it's exactly what you'd want a Tuesday to be. a little bit more challenging than a Monday, but not quite a Wednesday, right? That's kind of that place you got to go. And as a constructor, I think you knocked it out of the ballpark. So bravo. And we'll go ahead and bring down our Benière d'Adieu. And I saw on my way home that I had a message, a comment from yesterday where somebody said that I was essentially keeping them company between job interviews. And I thought, how stressful to have 2 job interviews. And, like maybe one day, right, or whatever that story is, right, I can't imagine having to do that. But I can imagine having, I don't know, a trusted advisor or a friend or somebody on a podcast talking to me about whatever at that time. I would have never imagined myself as that kind of, I don't know, safe place. But it makes me proud, and also makes me want to say this much right now. Good luck. I hope that the one you want the most is the one that's going to offer you. And if you want 2 jobs, I hope you get them both. So, cheers. Until we see you tomorrow. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Toodle pip. Until tomorrow, on the morrow, just be good to the people behind you in line. Be well.